Hi guys, my name is Mr. Spencer. Can you guys say Mr. Spencer?
Mr. Spencer.
So I'm going to be teaching a sample lesson with you guys today. I'm super excited to be here and meet you Rocketeers. So we're going to be only together for 15 minutes, and so you guys know my name. What is my name?
Mr. Spencer.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I want to know your name, so you guys all have a white piece of paper on your desk. I need you to fold that hot dog style. What style?
Hot dog style.
Fold that hot dog style. I need you to write your first name very large on that. When you are done, I need to see you holding your hands in what I like to call ready position. 30 seconds. We don't got a lot of time. Yep, exactly. There we go. I need to see your names very large, just like Ashley has it right here. Ashley has her name written down. Ashley has her name written down for me so I can see it. It's okay. Thank you. Put it down on your desk. There we go. I see it placing up on.
There we go.
On Hope. Ann has it ready to go. Daniel has it ready to go. Damien has it ready to go. Thank you. All right. When I say bump it or dump bump, I need you guys to say bump bump. Bump it or dump bump.
Bump.
So throughout the lesson, we're going to establish some rules. You will track the speaker. If someone is speaking, I need to see both of your eyes tracking me or whoever is speaking. If you want to make a comment, please raise your hand. If you agree with what someone is saying while we're talking, I need to see this. I need to see hands moving. If you want to build on what they're saying, we can build upon it. Now, if I say OH, just like Mr. Porter, your current teacher, I'm from Ohio. So when I say OH, I need you to say IO. OH.
IO.
Very good. Back in ready position. So today, guys, we are going to be talking about units of time. So today, Rocketeers will be able to convert units of time, seconds, minutes, hours, days, using multiplication and division skills. Okay, so I have a question for you. What goes forward but never goes back? What goes forward but never goes back? Tracking?
I think what goes forward and what never goes back is a number because
A number? Okay, almost.
your age.
Your age? Very good. And what is age associated with?
Time.
Time. Very good. Can we say time?
Time.
So what goes forward and never goes back is time. So this second that just went by, we will never get it back. Okay, so what goes forward and never goes back is time. And so today we're going to be talking about converting units of time. So time is the most important resource that we have because we will never get it back. It is non-renewable. Once a second has gone by, we can never get it back. So on your piece of paper, what goes forward never goes back. I should have seen you guys write time in there. Now, there are some units of time. There's seconds, which is the smallest, minutes, next, hours, days, weeks, years, months, millenniums, right? And so in this part, 60 seconds equals 1 minute. 60 seconds equals?
1 minute.
Now write that down. 60 seconds equals 1 minute.
Ooh.
60 minutes equals 1 hour. 60 minutes equals?
1 hour.
Let's put it in there. 24 hours equals 1 day. 24 hours equals?
1 day.
Let's write it in. 7 days equals 1 week. 7 days equals?
1 week.
Catching my drift here? So we go from smallest to largest, and there are equivalent units. So it's equal to each other. So if I have 60 seconds here, and I have 1 minute here, they are the exact same. They look different in seconds and minutes, but ultimately they are the same thing. Now, we're going to be talking about changing between those units today. Okay, so changing between those units today. I should see you sitting up. I should see you sitting up in your desk. Ooh, man. You guys are looking good. What kind of animal is the best at telling time? It's a little joke for you before we keep going. What type of animal is best at telling time?
What? Giraffe.
A giraffe? I like giraffes. Are you thinking next to their neck? No. Yeah.
Eagles.
Eagles? No.
A clock.
A clock? Nope. What the animal that's best at telling time is a watchdog.
Yes.
All right. OH. Very good. OH. Okay, so we're back in ready position. Now, to change between units, now if we're going to change from a smaller unit to a larger one, we divide. So for example, 14 days equals how many weeks? Since we know that there's 7 days in a week, 7 days in 1 week, we can divide 14 by 7, giving us 2 weeks. So smaller units change to larger units means we divide. So I need you guys to write divide in this line. So we're changing from a smaller unit, in this case days, to a larger unit, in this case weeks. We are going to divide. Nice job, Jeremiah. Nice job, Ruby. Now, on the flip side of that, when we're going from a larger unit, so we're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit, we're going to do the flip side of that and we're going to multiply. So from larger to smaller means we multiply. So larger to smaller means we
Multiply.
Okay, so in this case, 10 days equals how many hours? Since we know from up here, 1 day equals 24 hours, we know that we need to multiply 10 times 24. So 10 times 24 equals 240 hours, right? So larger units change to smaller units means we multiply. I need you guys to write multiply in the line there. Here you go, sweetheart. Not right now. Is it an emergency? It is? Okay, you can go quickly. I see Erica ready to go. I see Edgar. Divide, multiply. Divide, multiply. Thank you. Now we're gonna flip on the backside, and we're gonna do a couple problems together. Okay, so you're flipping onto the backside here. Now, what we have, as I place it up here. Sorry about that. So you guys all have this on your paper right now. So I'm gonna have a brave student read the first problem aloud for us. Ashley, really loud and proud, please. Tracking the speaker.
Number 1.
Yep.
The state of California wants to put a limit on how long kids can spend playing video games per week. The law they are proposing states that kids can only play video games for 4 hours per week. If the law passes, how minutes of video games will you be allowed to play per week?
Very good. So now it says the state of California wants to put a limit on the number of hours or time you spend playing video games per week. The law they are proposing states that children will only be able to play for 4 hours per week. If that law passes, how many minutes of video games will you be able to play during the course of a week? So the first thing I want to see here, so I need to figure out how many minutes I'm going to be allowed to play so I can kind of divide that up evenly. So the first thing I'm asking is what type of units are we working with? And when I see that, the thing that I see, and I want you guys to do this also on your papers, I see 4 hours, that's the unit of time, and we want to know how many minutes. So here, what type of units are we working with? We're working with hours to minutes. Just write that down. And so are we going from larger to smaller, or are we going smaller to larger, or larger to smaller? Very good. So we're going larger to smaller. And so looking back at my graphic here, if we're going from a larger to a smaller, that means we
Multiply.
Very good. So we're going to be multiplied. Okay? So I need to know how many minutes are in 4 hours, right? So, what do you think's important to know here? What do you think's important to know based upon what we've seen already? Yeah, Jeremiah?
I think it's important to know how many minutes are an hour.
How many minutes are an hour? Very good. So we said how many minutes are an hour. So there are 60 minutes equals 1 hour. And it says we're going to multiply here, so I can multiply 4 times 60. Is there another way that we can solve this? So I'm going to multiply 4 times 60. What's another way that we can solve it?
Area model?
You can draw an area model. Another way?
You can do it up and down.
You do it up, so you can multiply it up and down, yeah? What about adding 64 times?
No.
Why not?
Who do that?
You can't do that.
You want to build onto that? Yeah?
Disagree.
You disagree?
I disagree too. Because it's gonna take a really long time.
It's going to take a real long time. But is it going to get you the same answer?
Yeah.
Well, because multiplication is what? It's repeated addition. So yeah, you could add it 4 times. So when I multiply 4 times, what is 4 times 6?
24.
24. And so 4 times 60 is 240. So 4 hours equals 240 minutes. Now I could also add 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 60, which you're right is going to take a longer time, but multiplication is repeated addition. So when I add 60 plus 60, that gives me 120 and 120. And when I add 120 and 120, what do you get? You get 240. So 4 hours is equal to 240 minutes. So our answer here is 240 minutes. Now, I just walked you through this first problem. Now this second part, I want you to use what you know to be true. So we talked about equivalent units of time. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. 1 day equals 24 hours. 1 week equals 7 days. 1 year equals 52 weeks. 1 year equals 365 days. Now, you're going to use what you know, and also knowing that when you're going from a smaller unit to a larger one, you can divide, and when you're going from a larger to a smaller, you multiply. You're going to use that to solve this next problem. Can I have a brave friend please read number 2 for us? Really loud and proud. Real loud. You're going to go real loud? Awesome. Go for it. Tracking.
Miss Tono wants to ensure that all the students have enough time to eat their ice cream at the end of the meal, and she told me she thinks it will take 180 seconds for students to finish the meal. Think this is enough time? How many minutes will you have to eat your ice cream?
Very good. Thank you so much. So Miss Turner wants to ensure all students have enough time to eat their ice cream at the end of the year celebration. Now she thinks that it will take 180 seconds for the students to finish their ice cream. How many minutes will you guys as the students have to eat your ice cream? Now it is your job to use what you know to be true about equivalent units of time and what you know about converting between units of time to solve this problem on your own. And you have 90 seconds to do this, and that time begins right now. Go. Alberto's crushing it over here. Fernando, nice job. Amaya, killing it. Daisy, way to go. Annotating that word problem. What are we transitioning to? .60 seconds left. 33 seconds left. 33 seconds left. I see Daisy's almost finished. She's right on track. She's right on track there. Ruby, she's almost there. Great strategy. Erica, do you mind? Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. OH!
I
That was kind of weak. OH!
know.
Very good. Now, I saw a lot of really good work happening. And can you please stand up for us? Thank you. I need all eyes tracking. And can you explain to me how I should solve this problem? I need eyes tracking.
I think how you should solve this problem is multiplying 60 and
I think multiplying 60 and 3. Why do you say that? So, walk me through it. What types of units are we working with here?
3.
So seconds to minutes. So seconds to minutes. And you think I should multiply 60 times 3. Why do you say that?
Because it says how many minutes will it take, and I think we should divide or add.
Okay, so she says to divide or add. So you have two strategies going on, right? You have two strategies. So we know that to go from a smaller unit to a larger unit, a smaller unit to a larger one means we divide. So smaller to larger means we're going to divide. And so Anne said two strategies. She said adding or dividing. And I want to tap into both of those, okay? So I saw both strategies happening here. I see the different strategies being happening with the different kids here. And so we have 60 times 3. And Anne, what does that equal? So that equals 180, right? So we're on the right track. Now, I want to try it out with this to divide it, right? So if I know, and I saw this on your paper as well, and I want to give a shout out to Erica as well. There's about 10 of you, 10 others that are in this room. You can go quickly, sweetheart. So 180 divided by 3. I know that 3 cannot go into 1. 3 can go into 8 how many times? 2. But we're not really going into 8, we're going into 18. How many times can 3 go into 18? 6. You sure? Did I do this right? What am I doing wrong here? Is there a 3 involved in this? Mm-mm. What should I be dividing 180 by?
60.
Because this is what I saw happening on your papers. I should be dividing it by 60 because that is my units of time, because I know that there's 60 seconds equals 1 minute. So I shouldn't be dividing by 3. That was the largest misconception that I saw happening in this room. We should actually be dividing by 60. So 180 divided by 60. And to make this simpler on myself, and you guys too, I know that if I change this, it's going to be the same as 6 going into 18. How many times does 6 go into 18? 3 times, right? So 60 goes into 180 3 times as well, and we can check that by doing the reverse, which is 60 times 3, and that gives us 180. So in reality, you will have 3 minutes to eat your ice cream at the end of your party. Now, do you think that 3 minutes is a sufficient amount of time? Do you think it's enough time to eat your ice cream?
Yeah.
Yes? No?
No.
Okay, I'll tell Miss Turner that we might need a little more time. Are you sitting in stars right now? Now, if we wanted to keep converting, I have some middle school challenge problems for you guys to do. If you want at the end of the day, because we're getting here. I think there's more work to be done, but really what we're talking about with time, it's something that it always goes forward and can never go back. It's the most valuable resource that we have, and we can convert between it using methods that we already know. We talked about addition, we talked about subtraction, and those all relate to multiplication and division. So if we're going from a smaller unit to a larger one, smaller to larger, we divide. Larger to smaller, we
Multiply.
Very good. Thank you guys so much. I want to teach you guys a little clap that I like to do because it is my favorite candy. It's called the Skittles clap. And so Skittles are my favorite candy. Marshawn Lynch is my favorite running back in the NFL. When I say Skittles, you clap. Then we say taste the rainbow. Let's try it. Skittles. Taste the rainbow. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate your time. You can pause it.